Hey everyone, this is Player One, and I'm coming to you with a first impressions review of Corpse Party Back to School Edition for the 3DS. So to give you an idea of my history with Corpse Party, I actually played this game on the PSP. About a year ago, last Halloween actually, I decided to start playing this game, and I got a little bit over halfway through when I found out that they were going to release a special edition on the 3DS. Immediately I decided to put the game away so I can play it in 3D on the 3DS with a couple extra chapters that they include, which we'll talk about more soon. So that's my history with the game. Now, what is Corpse Party? Well, basically it's a survival horror adventure game with the emphasis on horror. The story takes place in an alternate dimension version of the fictional Heavenly Host Elementary School, which was torn down after several murders and disappearances. A high school has been built over the elementary school, and after a culture festival, a group of students perform a ritual to remain friends forever. And that's where stuff goes sideways. An earthquake opens up the ground beneath them, and they are transported to a distorted version of the elementary school. The main antagonist is Sachiko, who is a little girl's ghost seeking revenge for her and her mother's murders. That's about as far as I can go without spoiling too much of the story. So this game is actually the first in a trilogy, all of which play very differently. In this iteration, you play from a top-down perspective. You basically explore a haunted school while trying to survive the horrors present. You solve basic puzzles and interact with items, talk to characters, and inspect documents, all of which play a role in whether you survive an encounter with an enemy or not. You have HP, which is lowered when enemies touch you. This new 3DS version uses the lower screen to show relevant info like menus and your HP. The game itself is split into several chapters, which focus on different characters. You need to complete all the chapters in a specific way to get the true ending, instead of the various wrong or bad endings. You can also unlock extra credit chapters that focus on side characters and expand the storyline. So with that out of the way, let's talk about this specific version. I will admit, my excitement plummeted immediately the moment I realized the game is not in 3D. As I said before, I waited a year for this version because I thought it would be. After all, this is a 3DS game, no? Actually, to be more accurate, there are a couple 3D moments, like the intro text and some of the different scenes that you see in pictures. However, most of the game and even the dialogue is not in 3D, which is odd because many 3DS games just have the dialogue in 3D and you maybe just walk around in 2D. So what's the point of a 3D version? Well, basically this version is a straight up port of the PSP version with some extra chapters and a couple extra things like the 3D art stills and arranged music tracks. But still, this is such a disappointment. There is no way around it. I consider this lazy development. The game first released in 1996 and then on the PSP in 2010. After all this time, they are milking an old game and not really adding new content relevant to the new system it's on. Beyond this serious letdown, the game is great. It is just as good as it was on the PSP. However, know that you must play with headphones. The sound is absolutely incredible. There was even a moment where I screamed like a wimp just because of the fear and the surprise of what was going on. This is an impressive feat as we are just dealing with 2D sprites for most of the game. The atmosphere is genuinely scary and the story is very interesting. If you like scary games that don't rely on jump scares to give you the chills, this game is for you. So what's the verdict? Well, I highly recommend this game, but not necessarily this version. If you have the PSP version, you are for the most part good to go. The packaging is great and the little figures, manual, and CD are nice, but feel insufficient to justify a non-3D game on a 3DS, especially for $49.99. This game often goes on sale on PSN, so you can't wait for that. I originally purchased the game for under $4, which for a game like this, frankly, is a steal. Alright, that's a quick look into Corpse Party for the 3DS. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please leave any comments below if you have any suggestions for future videos, or feel free to check out the channel. We have some unboxings, other first impressions, reviews, pickups, and anything else we can think of. Thanks for watching, and please like and subscribe.